was expected in the sense that we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. It seemed like time caught up to us quite a bit, and there was a lot to do there at the last minute. As far as the show in general, most everything held together pretty well, and we practiced our plume effect just at the very last minute, and that went pretty well too. I think we only had one student that had a problem getting the plumes on and off, and that was actually a whole lot better than we had anticipated. So the day itself went real well, especially with having to march a parade earlier in the morning and practice in the afternoon. I was pretty pleased with the overall presentation.
I'd say I have to agree as far as being an overall good day. Obviously, we all know our down points in the performance there, and we've addressed them and fixed them.
This section of the show went real well in terms of holding together. There was a lot of cohesiveness to it, but the only really downfall was the tempos being a little bit slow. And so we lost a little bit of the momentum and the energy that's created through the parts just because of a slower tempo.
I have to agree, a lot of good musical things going on in that section, you know, all the different pit stuff that's happening, and everybody's doing a great job with that stuff. But again, a lot of energy got lost, and it's a lot due to nerves and getting things together that first time out.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was just going to go into 1B, and going into the faster section, again, the big problem just seemed to be the time that we had to wait in between the slow part to the fast. Some of the students were not wanting to wait as long and kind of jumped the gun and started the second section a little bit too soon. But once it got started, it held together real well, and everything seemed to go fine after that.
Overall, in that whole contest, I kind of feel like maybe everybody's score was inflated a little more than maybe what we deserved, but obviously we'll take what we get. But, you know, I think we did pretty well, and our performance matched what we got for the most part.
Right. I tend to agree that the scores seemed a little bit high, but at the same time, I think that the performance had enough good moments in it to, you're going to have to cut this part. I'll just say I agree in the fact that the scores were probably a little bit higher than they should be for everybody. But the good thing is that we were able to go out and get a performance, and I think getting some positive comments from the judges and a few distinguished ratings already served as a motivator for us in the next week when we're practicing on the areas that weren't so great. We got some good feedback and some comments that might have given us hope that, you know, our show is in the right direction. We just need to clean it up and play it.